Marcus, I wanted to start with you first. In season one, your character is struggling with his identity and destiny, but as we've headed into season two, we see him embrace who he is, which you brought so much depth to. As you headed into season two, how have you created the space for yourself to dive into that evolution, just given that your character's growth has been more subtle than many of the other characters on the show?
Yeah, I think it's really nice. I think he's got like a kind of he's developing it perhaps at a slower rate, maybe because I think he's was stuck in such intense amount of sort of grief and guilt in season one. I think in season two it's kind of there, but he's kind of forced to be in different scenarios and situations where he has to, there's camaraderie and fun, but also danger and slight level of leadership there as well. So I think we're starting to see different layers of his character, which is quite cool. But I think, yeah, he starts to meet some new, really interesting characters in season two that start to kind of question and expose things about himself that we kind of saw glimpses of in season one.
Yeah, great teaser. And Kira, you're joining the cast as a fan favorite character. Did that bring any added pressure into this project? What's something that you wanted to make sure was translated from page to screen, and what's something new that you brought to her?
So I definitely felt this responsibility when I found out who I'd actually been cast as, and that it was Elaine, and that she was so loved by so many of the fans. But I think I just had to really trust in my instincts, because when we were auditioning, I didn't know who the character was or even what I was auditioning for. So it really was just kind of gut instinct, and I think I just had to really trust in that, and that I knew this character. And I think I really wanted to make sure that I know that Elaine can sometimes kind of come across as quite bratty and quite entitled. And I definitely wanted that to be in there, but I don't think it's necessarily something that Elaine knows of herself. It's just something that's kind of a byproduct of her upbringing and having her kind of interact in these new environments. So I definitely kind of wanted to sprinkle that in, but to make sure that she was also likable as well, because I truly believe that she is, and I think she's got a good heart, and I think she's a great person because she really intends to learn about people, and she wants to kind of be the best ruler she can be.
Great answer. And Donald, one of the benefits of television as a medium is the opportunity to develop these characters in a new way. And your character in particular is the biggest deviation from the novels. As an actor, what challenges and creative freedom does that provide you? And what can you tease about your interpretation of this character and where we find him in season two?
Yeah, I think we are really lucky that this is a project that we can investigate and dive into the scripts, and then once we've done that, there's this massive source material that allows us to add the light and shade that I think the audience and those that are familiar with the books, the fans that they know so well, and it, I'm sure, like, enforces all of our performances in ways that maybe sometimes they're just they're non-verbal. They're kind of, they could be unconscious. It could be, like the way that they interact with the space, or the objects, the possessions that they carry, or in relationship to like another character in the show. And I think I feel like I've been in the fans' position where I've been a fan of something that's been adapted from a great book into the screen. And I think you can recognize there's a reward for the viewers in kind of seeing the source material kind of reflected in ways that, sometimes can kind of surprise you, but you can acknowledge that that is something that's been drawn from the books and has, it's enforced a performance. So yeah, I think that's kind of how I approached it.